Alright guys, it's Ben and Joe, aka Casper and Stoppin here from Codename Pizza, and welcome to episode 3 of Zombiepedia on Numa. If some of you have never seen a Zombiepedia episode before, it's basically where we go through every single zombie map and we discuss the Easter eggs, the storylines, and other hidden stuffs in the map, just to give you a good recap for the new maps that are going to be coming out in the future. So guys, Numa actually takes place in Japan, and it's Japanese for the Swamp of Death. Now this map is the first time that we get to meet our characters that we're going to be playing with up until the end of Black Ops 1. So we have Tank Dempsey, we've got Nikolai, Takio, and we've got Edward Richtofen. Now the thing that gives a large chunk of the Nazi zombie storyline away is actually placed in this first spawn area, and it's these 3 radios. So you go over to them, click the use button on all of them, and it reads out this message.
R-4808N 37 14 606 115 48 40.
I hope you're receiving this transmission, Peter. If you are not, then all is already lost. You must know by now that we failed to contain the asylum. Now we have to move the experiment here. Location. The numbers will guide you. Giant must run. All costs. Repeat. Dead race monster. Safe at all costs. The DG2 experiments continue. Might be our only advantage now. Find Dr. Max's. They may know what's going on. The use of 115 is dangerous at best. I'm not sure we can continue here. We've lost most of our best people. I hope you get this. I hope it hasn't happened there too. But I'm almost out of hope.
6054 06.96 101.
Now the large set of numbers at the start of that message have actually been deciphered to be the coordinates of Area 51. Now this made the player at the time speculate, is the next map going to be in Area 51? And a large percentage of the players actually believed that, but then Treyarch decided to go with Derice, and we weren't actually playing in Area 51 until the Moon map pack got released. Also, this makes us think, is this transmission coming from Area 51, or are these coordinates that are being given to us saying that we need to try and make our way to Area 51? Now the next part of these transmissions say, I hope you're receiving this transmission, Peter. If you are not, then all hope is lost. Now this is referring to the guy at spawn. His name is Peter, and he's managed to kill himself because of the outbreaks in the zombies. Now Peter actually originated from Verrückt, and he did experiments there. And once the Marines arrived, so once Tank Dempsey and those other Marines arrived to fight off the zombies at Verrückt, that's when Peter decided to move on to Numa to 2 experiments on the new meteor that's just landed that you can see on screen now, which actually holds Element 115. Now, of course, Numa is the first map that we hear anything about Element 115. We hear it within the radio transmissions, and we have the meteor, and we've also got this box here. Now, we didn't know a lot about what Element 115 was when this map first came out, so we're going to talk a lot more about it when we get on to like Derice and them other maps in future episodes of Zombiepedia. The lengthy transmission then goes on to say, you must know by now that we failed to contain the asylum being Verrückt. That we had to move the experiment here. Now, is that referring to Numa? Is it referring to Derice? Is it referring to Area 51 with the coordinates that we talked about before? At the time, we had no idea at all.
You'll be our only advantage now. Find Dr. Richtofen and Dr. Maxis. They may know what's going on. Now, this is the first time that Dr. Maxis is actually mentioned in the storyline. And with Richtofen being there too, it does make you think that he might have something more in the storyline than just being a playable character. The use of 115 is dangerous at best. Now, this is obviously the notorious Element 115, which we've come to know powers such wonder weapons as the DG2 and the ray gun, and features extremely heavily in the zombie storyline as it continues. Just a map that springs to mind that it features heavily in is Shangri-La, for example. This map's the first time we actually get to see the element in its rock form, which is crashed outside as a giant meteor, and then later on a crate that the expedition team are using to collect the element samples. I'm not sure if we can continue here. We've lost most of our best men. I hope you can get this. I hope it hasn't happened there too, but I'm almost out of hope. It then goes on to list random numbers or what seem to be random numbers. They are 60, 54, 06.96, 101, 55, 44.94. These turn out to be coordinates for a place in Russia where the Tunguska event happened. The Tunguska event was when a comet or large meteor hit Tunguska in Russia in 1908.
If you no-clip onto this part of the map here, the word Tunguska is very clear. Now this definitely is the reference to this meteor that happened in 1908. Now, in addition to the storyline, this map has a lot of new stuff to offer when it first came out on release. So you had the zip line, you had the flogger, the brand new trap, you had the DG2 in the box, the Wonderwaff. You also had other little Easter eggs to discover in the map for yourself, like if you shoot the meteor, the players will say different things. And also, you've got another song that's in there by Elena Sigmund called The One, and that is also at the back of the map if you use the use button on the telephone.
This map was also the first to feature the Hellhounds, which are the zombie dogs. Now these were meant to appear on Verrucht, but at the last minute were removed by the developers because they had concerns that the corridors would be too tight. But we'll be discussing the zombie dogs in greater detail when we do our Zombiepedia episode on Derice.
Without including Nakdur on Totem, there has never been a zombies map where you don't have to turn the power on, with the exceptions of Shino Numa and Nuketown Zombies.
Alright guys, that's about it. Make sure you hit that like button, we really appreciate it, and leave your comments below. We'll try and read and reply to as many as we can. And hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Peace out.